City, Bama, salute. As a matter of fact, we gonna do a little commercial. Yo, listen, man, appreciate everybody for pulling up. It's your boy 050 Bucks, aka Mr. Shoot Right Back. Agent, salute. Appreciate the pull up. We'll go a little commercial break. You dig what I mean? Screen may black out a little bit, but I'm still here with you. You dig? It's a dark side lurking, so you might as well get dark. Let him come up in the building. Y'all already know it's your boy 050 Bucks, aka Mr. Shoot Right Back. Dark side lurking, with a fake one's vanish. Shoot right back. Yeah, my aim the tightest. If you chat reckless, get cacked in the chat. Perfect right shit, flash never M. We don't switch the script. Dark side biz, with a off skate clip. Boom, China brim, Harlem legend, platinum shine. All my support, y'all want the team. Gang, gang, gang. Man, that's a game. I just spin the block, my content. Live them tight, feeling lame. Hop news, more like hip hop L's. I just died at one, now we singing bells. All smooth, funny, but they still stuck. 050 Bucks, Mr. Shoot Right Back. Us never them. Miss me with the talk. I don't suggestion. Dark side biz. Never say. Harder, but we bring it on. Dark side season. Where the snakes get peeled. Loyalty to cold, but the get exposed. I'm the truth and fact. Cross that line, but we bring it on. Us never them. We don't switch the script. Dark side biz. Yellow part the team. Gang. Minds flow with it punches. They be talking tough, but they move in fear. I just pop a top, let the truth appear. Man, that shit a joke. I just flip the scene, leave them in a choke. Dark side, dark side. Us never them. Us never them. Us never them. 050 Bucks, it's a shoot right back. Dark side general, where the lanes get packed. All my supporters, y'all realest one. Without y'all, this ain't fun. Silence. 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 Us never them. Us never them. Them. 050 Bucks. Shoot right back. Dark side general. Where the lanes get packed. All my supporters, y'all the realest ones. Without y'all, this ain't fun. Silence. Bust never them. 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 be. Mind your own business. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. Hey, yo, Gully, you want to question if I know Sham? Ask Sham, did he ever have a teacher that used to spank us with the ruler and tell us MYOB? And his name is Mr. Newman. You dig? That's a fact. Me and my guy Sham God Wells, God Sham God, whatever y'all call him. It's Mike Kaiser. You know what I mean? We ain't grow up together, but we spent some time as a youth together. We lived in the same area. I think he was on 42nd, I was on 43rd, 7th and 8th. It's my guy. Ali Mo, let him rest. It's my guy. Known personally. We ball together. My man Scientific. That's my guy. We grew up together balling. My man Hammerhead Mike. We grew up together balling. Go to Patterson. My man Bruce Sims. That's my guy. I grew up underneath him, to be honest with you. Dealing with ball. You know what I mean? That's a fact. You understand? So, got stories, man. Guys talk about so I don't gotta tell my stories. I don't think that's is what it's for. The story is for someone else to, give you that praise. I ain't gotta praise myself. I got enough out there. I ain't gotta praise myself. And that's a fact. But yeah, that's all you gotta do, Gully. That's my Gaza right there. That's a fact. But y'all see what the thumbnails say though. Y'all see what the thumbnails say. I don't even know who that is. This. So we gonna talk about it as the bells ring. You did? That's a fact though, people. If you reading the thumbnail, we got more cap. I say that because I never heard this story. You know what I mean? I never heard this story. I never heard this story. And to be honest with you, I never knew French to be from Mitchell. Mitchell's. I never knew him to be from Mitchell Projects. You know what I'm saying? I got a family member that ran with them, and there was, you know what I mean? I thought he was like from that 174th Latona Avenue area. That's where I thought French was from. I never knew he was from Mitchell's, and I grew up with the Mitchell brothers. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with them guys. They Harlem over there too. All them over there. It's majority. Well, I know then. Yeah, it was Harlem over there. Rolling 30. Man, that's my guy Frank Bell brothers. Those are my guy. I grew up with them. I went to 183. I went to IS 183, and I went to 149 Club. Yeah, that's a fact. But yeah, so I just was scrolling down memory lane on Cap Gun Pete, aka Pistol Terror Squad Pete. So he got this thing going on with the dude TA and all that. Like, to me, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I I ain't here to indulge in all that. You know what I'm saying? All I can say is, you know what I'm saying, for guys who's, you know, who sought out to make a name for themselves, I would probably think just, you know, keep it on that. Vibes Cartel. Cheap Vibes Cartel. I don't know who that is, but yo, salute, appreciate the pull up, man. You know what I'm saying? Never give up on your dream, man. You know what I mean? With a name like that, don't give up on your dream. Yeah, so when you make a name like that, I don't think you ain't gotta go through all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you gotta go through all that. When you there, I just think it's weird for you to go get your Michael Jackson on, let him rest in peace, to really talk about something that, and I mean, I give them out in the air and just start talking about this now. Like, what I'm about to play is what he did, I want to say 2019, so let's say 6-7 years ago. You know what I mean? So I be watching a lot of his stories, and that's just what it be, stories. I mean, he got, listen, anybody who been around Cap Gun Pete that's missing the little stories out of their archive, he might got pics too. You know what I'm saying? He might got pics too, you dig? But yeah, go holler at him. Yeah, I'm sure he got them all. Word, I'm sure he got them all, man. That's a fact. I'm sure he got them all. Word up. I am sure of that. That's no cap. I am sure of that. That is no cap. You dig? That's a fact. But yeah, man, where we at with it? 15 minutes in. Started out with Fit In the building. Dropped all the way did out. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that though, man. Do a little recapping, you know what I'm saying, on this guy, Pistol TS Pete, aka Cap Gun Pete. I guess it's, yo, so far he like the best who did it and got away with it. Literally, if you ask me. The best one who did it and got away with it. That's a fact, if you ask me. Because he telling them. And since this last situation, I don't think nobody debunked it. Prior to this last situation, ain't nobody debunked it. Nobody debunked it at all. Ain't nobody debunked it. But, it is what it is. You dig? They say if it worked for him, hey, let it be what it's gonna be. I ain't mad. I'm gonna create the content. I'm definitely ain't mad. I'm gonna create the content. You know what I mean? But that right there is just like, wow. Why would you moonwalk and you ain't got to? You understand? If you ain't got to do that, then I'd be confused about that. That's a fact. So all you gotta do is really listen to a person. Some person will overtell a story, and sometimes it may be true. But when a person's so used to you, you know what I mean? I ain't even gonna use the word remix, but you just overtell your story. You overdo it. You know what I mean? You just overdo it. And that be the bad part about it, because a story may have some truth, I give you that, or it may be all the way true. But then when they know, when not they, when you known to be capping, it's a lot of people that's just not even gonna go waste their time listening. Because I'm sure, and see, these are the things that people don't understand. You are on YouTube. You have a YouTube page. And when someone listens to your stories, you would think that you was the toughest Puerto Rican walking the earth. I'm gonna reach and say walking the earth the way you tell your stories. So I'm saying to myself, okay, we got an incredible guy representing the Bronx. He's telling these stories where ain't too many people debunking them. We just put that out there. And he has a YouTube page. Why is he not at 1 million subscribers? Doing a lot of good things for the youth. I did see one joint. He had went back to Rikers Island and all that. That was dope. But the point I'm making is when you someone that you stand on low as such, the people gonna the people gonna hold you to a high praise. We ain't gotta talk about it. The people is gonna do that for you. That's the only thing that confused me about dude. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough people that matter. Is that he really I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing, people. I'll be real. I don't know nothing. I don't know nobody who you understand who jacking that. Ain't nobody jacking that. That's a fact. So that, you know, okay. And then it's sad because you do your own homework, you get a lot of that. You're like, damn, it's got to be. You know what I'm saying? Got to be the toughest done him. It got to be. That's a fact. This nigga has to be the toughest done him, man. Word. Has to be the toughest done him. And for him to be on YouTube, and you don't have, people just, you know, bigging that same story up. I don't know, man. It ain't really too much. I don't think it ain't too much of doing research that you got to do. You know what I mean? It ain't too many. Wax dogs salute. Yeah, it ain't even too many people. Yo, you know what I mean? So I be catching your joints too, Wax Dog. Yo, you already, man. Knock that joint out the ballpark, man. You know what I mean? Show these dudes how to do it. That's how you do that. That's how you silence the critics. You know what I mean? That's how you silence them. Just keep winning. That's all they gonna do is lose. That's it. But yeah, man. So again, things that make you go is a lot. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that make you go especially when you go do your research. Like, I went and did my research. I'm looking up his joint, looking up old shows. He got Coogee Rap beat. I thought Coogee Rap was a dope storyteller. Slick Rick. And plethora more. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think more old schoolish, There ain't nobody telling stories, you know what I mean, like back then. The storytelling now, which drill beat. Yeah. So, he got them beat though. He definitely got them beat. And I don't know why. I don't even know why would he even take that angle. That's another thing. I don't even know why would he even. It's by the thunder and lightning, people. Word. I don't even. I don't even know why would he even go that route. He don't need to. I mean, especially if you saying you a household name. Why would you? You know what I mean? Why would you need to either remix a story, uh, what, make the story bigger than what it really is? Like, you ain't got to do that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. Word. But that makes him, I guess, feel macho. I guess in his terms. Yeah, I think he feel macho. Yeah, he feels macho. That's a fact. And he from Cyprus. I mean, Cyprus is Cyprus. You know what I'm saying? But I can name a lot more blocks that was treacherous. You know what I mean? That's just being real. You know what I mean? That's just being real. Like, I can name a whole lot of blocks that's, you know what I mean, that's treacherous. Or treacherous, rather. They get busy. It's a whole fact. They get busy. So, but, regular degular, man, you know what I mean? Back to, doing what I do, man. You know what I mean? Appreciate everybody for popping out, you know what I'm saying, for all 3 episodes of Don't Chew What Your Teeth Can't Bite. I made a remix it a little bit, but y'all understand what it's saying. Just go to the thumbnail when you get time, watch the show. In that order. But you're now rocking out with your boy 050 Bucks, aka Mr. Shoot Right Back, aka Bucks Do Never, aka see, aka I'm always there, you never there, aka Mr. 10453, aka Mr. aka Mr. Big Apple. I just added that aka. You dig? Well, we're about to get into the show, man. You understand what I'm saying? What we got? 20. Oh, we got a little more time. A little more time. Give it a little half an hour. I like going on my show about half an hour. You know what I'm saying? Or a little half an hour. But yeah, people. I just don't understand it, man. But it floats they boat. Like that's the only thing that you know, you gotta just understand, I guess. You know what I mean? That's what floats they boat. Which is a prime example why a lot of people do what they do on YouTube. You come up here, you get in front of that keyboard, you blah 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 blah. Then there's really no one coming behind that. You know what I mean? Saying, yeah, I was either involved in that movie or I witnessed that movie go down. And ain't nobody saying that. Ain't nobody, yeah, there ain't nobody that I know of. I ain't watched. You know what I mean? I hear a lot of debunking here lately. Surprised I didn't hear a lot of other people coming out either to his aid. But I can say, no one said he was soft. You know what I mean? I put that out there. Ain't nobody said he was soft. You dig? But you know, all the other antics, I don't think a lot of people is like agreeing with that either. You heard that? That was to I don't know who this person is. Tupac song, please. We don't do that over here, man. But you see how that thunder just came down when you said that? Raw. Thunder's bonkers. Yo, I don't know why people, because I've been seeing this in other chats as well. That instead of it giving, saying their name, it says they emailed. I was in a chat and I forgot what chat I was in. And the joint read my whole email. Oh, you know what? Now I'm thinking that might have been what Shantae was talking about when he said I was on a troll page with my something. I don't that now I'm thinking about that. I'm like, is that what that? But I don't know why it's doing that though. Give me a second, people. Give me a second. I mean, come on. Let's wait till them, I guess come out the bushes. You know how that go. Monkey see, monkey do. Everybody come out the bushes. You know what I mean? And do what we do. If not, it's still salute. You know what I mean? They just went live and let the live keep going live. Because if you go to it, I know then that's what I went. It was live. See that? See that? I knew I was stuck. Yeah, I knew I was stuck. People. That's why I said, let me get it set shop up right now. I knew I was stuck. and it's bonkers. This joint is going bonkers out here. It's raining. It's raining crazy. That's it. Just wasn't doing this. That's a fact. It just wasn't doing this. Yeah, it just wasn't doing this. But yeah, I'm like, damn, just listening to rain, mad, mad. I wonder how long. I wonder how long with like going vertical. How long would the live allow you to continue recording, or even stream your? I wonder how long they allow you to record. Or I wonder how long. Cause I ain't even gonna lie. Every time I go to that joint be like, it be the water. It's like the weather zone. It be like this water, and it say live. Or the joint say live. But we're about to get into this. You know what I mean? And then I guess we can talk about issue. You know what I mean? I ain't getting out. I'm not getting out of this. They're on the road. Going to I'm going to is gonna be worse. It's always like that. Same state. When you go somewhere on the other side. I remember I was down south and I witnessed it rain on one side of the street. I'd be like, you know, thinking outside the box. What would be the real meaning, or should I say, what would be the reason it rained? What would be the real reason it rained? Like somebody can say, "Yo, yeah, this is a fact. Like it rained because of this," and it be a fact because it's a reason. It's a reason why it rain, snow, all that. It's a reason. Word up. There's definitely a reason why it does all that. Why it rain, you dig? Why it snow? I know one like with the snow. Like I would feel like that just purifies the air. Like when the snow, that's like the filter for the world. You know what I mean? Snow is like a filter for the world. Like it purifies it. Now for the places where it don't snow, mm, it's a good question. I wouldn't know how to answer that one. For the places where it don't snow, you know what I mean? Like I really feel like I tip my hat on that the reason of snowing is to purify the air in the world. You know what I mean? Rain. Well, the world is supposed to be, I don't know, but I maybe what 75%. 75% of the world is water anyway, right? So it's maybe the refill. You know what I mean? Rain. There you go. I go that. I go rain is the refill. I go that way with it. Rain is the refill. Facts. I stick to that. Rain is a refill. That's what I stick with. Word. Well, sometimes I do this though, regular. You know what I mean? I just sit back, you know what I mean? Especially if I pull up to a site. You understand? And I'm just, sometimes you like to sit back because I get my work on too. So sometimes you like to sit back and just watch your dream unfold in front of you because it's a dream. It's a dream of mine anyway. You know what I mean? It's a good thing, man. When you and when you put it into perspective as well, when you put it in emotion, it's a great thing. You know what I mean? Just sit back and watch it just grow before your eyes. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's dope. And I just drift. You know what I mean? It's like right now, I just drift somewhere right now. You know what I mean? Raining. Now all this, go away. Now mind you, just thunder, lightning, and all that. Now the sun about to come out. It's about to be 1,000,000 degrees. Why? What's the reason of that? You know what I'm saying? Like this, is how you make content. We just made 15 minutes of content on things that really happened, and we would like to have a conversation on why. Why does it rain? Why do it snow? What is the reason of snowing? Let's not ask why. What is the reason? What is the reason of rain? Why? You know what I'm saying? What is the reason of snow? Like why do it snow? Why do it rain? So I guess we gotta ask the question. So it's content all day long. You know what I mean? And then that there does all that, right? Because this what creates a rainbow. So they say the rain comes, the sun comes, and then voila. You dig? So that's some things to be like, yo, yeah, bro, I'm telling you something. Then you look at one whole side, it's just lit up. Like right now, I'm looking at the clouds. It's wild right now. The clouds, it's wild right now. It's like you looking up and you have one bright spot in the middle of all darkness. Word. It's a whole middle of light right here, which is moving in the middle of darkness because the clouds is dark over there, dark over here. So I guess this is where what time is it? Oh, well, the sun is setting anyway. So, I guess whatever just hit us is about to go to another state and hit another state. Word. It might be going to New York. It might hit New York. But it's the world, the earth is special, man. When you sit back, trust me, it's special. We just, I don't know what generation or how would I say, what new set of humans that are really adapted at. I wouldn't know. Rose gold salute. Rain is the water supply and to make the plants grow. I could agree to that. Yeah, I could agree to that, Rose. Play the song soon by the artist 26 Green from Peru. Salute to Peru. Hey, yo, Rose. That's one part that I love about being in the South. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was in Charlotte or whatever, and I go sit in the back, you know, smoke on something, and I could sit back there. I'm talking about maybe doze off because the sound, crickets, is a certain sound, like down south, man, and it's quiet. 8, 9, 10 o'clock. Even in the hoods, sometimes it's quiet. I'm talking about you can hear a pin drop quiet. That's why I really never went out. You know what I mean? Like it ain't no turn up. I mean, you turn up, but you got to go Atlanta. Um, let me see. Raleigh be popping sometime.
The borough be popping sometime, but other than that, Charlotte is supposed to be the turn up city. Charlotte, that's why they call it the Queen City, and it don't be turning up like that. Like they got the Epic Center. That's like the livest thing for Charlotte, but it don't be. If you put the Epic Center somewhere like in New York, that thing would be like off the radar. Word, that thing would be like dudes would be partying in malls. You know what I mean? Right? If that was like in New York, you know what I mean? That's a fact because it's like three, four clubs in that joint. Like it's the Epic Center. You know what I mean? That stayed. Even when the CIAA was there, like it was surrounded by the Epic Center. Word, but you could just sit back. You know what I mean? You're already mentally somewhere else. You know what I mean? Especially if you come like, say, for me, I came from up top, so that change was like, oh, that shit hit me hard. The change. You imagine, you coming in, boom, coming into town, doing what you do, you drop what you know what I'm saying, get right, jump in the rain, you go shaking big all night. You come back 12 o'clock that afternoon to revamp, regroup, eat. You eating your breakfast at lunch. You eat, boom, jump in the rain. If some do that before or after, jump in the rain, take your little nizap. That's what I got tuned in the naps. Cause I'm not going to sleep until about 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'm coming in about 10:30, 11, maybe 12. Boom, eat, shit, jump in the rain. Don't take my nap, wake up about 7, 8 o'clock. I'm doing that all over again, people. I lie to you not. I will lie to you not. That was the pattern. That was just it. Just in that order. That was it. Facts. Then you go down south, things close at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock then, because it's starting to be like that in New York now too. A lot of day parties and all that, but then we wasn't going to the scene till about 1:30, 2 o'clock. Facts. We pulling up. Club might close at 4 or 5. We pulling up like 2, 1:32ish. That's when the party start for us. You know what I mean? Party be over about 4 o'clock-ish. You stepping out, boom, after the party, get your little snack, go to the after hour. You in the after hour to whenever, the after hour ain't after houring. You know what I mean? That's a fact. You be in that joint like a zombie. Don't be gambling. Man. And that was my kicker. Come straight in town. But when you go down south, they got them. You just got to know. They got some hidden joints you can go, but you just got to know because don't get it twisted. Them dudes are very in tune with them woods. And it will not be hard for, So, but yeah, man, it's dope. I used to, you know what I mean? Like, even now when I go, just relax. Then if you're in a good neighborhood, good area, it's definitely more, more dope. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely more dope. That's a fact. It's more dope. See, my mom, she's in the Valentine area. Or Valentine, whatever the hell that joint called. My aunt in the prop. Like, so you know what I mean? We in areas where you step out, that joint is like, yeah, I need my grass cut, like, you know what I mean? Like one of those. You know what I mean? But it's definitely relaxing. I tell anybody, you go down south, have your situation situated, and then all you would do is just relax. You know what I mean? Down south is that. Relax. You do all your turning up if you got a situation up north and all that. When you go back down south, man, just to relax. Woosah, wake up, boom, go outside. You know what I mean? Go in because it's dead. How you think hot up north is hot? Yo, if it's 90 degrees right here, it's about 105 in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's the whole fact. From early too. It be hot like that from early. It don't just get hot. Nah, that should be hot when you wake up. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Because sometimes that weather play on you, man, down there. That weather definitely confused. Yeah, that's a fact, Rose. That's why I said that. But you gotta know though. If you don't know, yeah, you don't know. Yeah, Durham be lit. Durham be lit. Yeah, Durham be lit. Yeah, that's what it be too, Rose. Sound of nature, yo. That should be sounding right. You know, especially if you really in tune. If you really get yourself in tune, join is right. That's a whole fact. Definitely got to be in tune though. If you ain't in tune, you definitely be out the loop. And don't be no north nigga. Oh man, word. Don't be all up north nigga. I was down there for what? Man, 15 and counting. Word. I think I went down dirty like man. I went down dirty maybe like 2007, 2008 maybe. Somewhere around there. I went down south. And boy, they ain't care about none of that New York ish. I'ma keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100, people. They did not care about that. You from New York ish, people. I'm just being real. They didn't care about that. At least the size that I was on. And I ain't gonna front the size that I was on, like they they was active. That's a fact, people. The size that I was on, they was active. I ain't gonna hold you. They was active. Even Hidden Valley over there, like on the northeast side. I always call it the east side. It was the east side, but north side to them. Thing called Hidden Valley. You know what I mean? I caught the end of their little situation, which it was ingrown. It was Hidden Valley Kings. Did they know what was? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but they kind of. I don't know. I know they ain't like no blood. They ain't really jack the Bloods or the Crips. So see out there it's like folk. It's like folk and GD banging with each other out there. You know what I mean? Folk GD or your ingrown or your block area. It ain't really too much like a blood or Crip thing. Now they out there now seriously. But when I went out there, it was just like the Hidden Valley Kings was a big. They was big for it to be in the area it was at. They was big. Word, the Hidden Valley Kings. Look that up. You got to cap it. If y'all think I'm capping, look up the Hidden Valley Kings. Yeah, they had a name for themselves, the Hidden Valley Kings. That's a whole fact. They was getting it in. And they made, what was that they made? I want to say, what is it? What was that show called? Was it like Gangland? I think it was Gangland or something like that. Where they had them on, on the TV. It was Gang, if I'm not mistaken, it was Gangland. Word. So they definitely ring bells. And I don't know if that to be for a fact, but yeah, they got him out there though. Got him out there. Go down. I used to go down to the Epic, you know what I'm saying, or Transit, you know what I mean? And Transit, some things had stirred up because the way it was like some people, it was a Burger King, and I forgot what that drink was on the other side of the corner. But it was used to be the opposite. Like a lot of the homies used to be chilling in front of Burger King. And then all the, the hardbacks used to be over there by, like maybe on the other side. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, yo, you know what I mean? So then the altercation had had came about, and I think it was just more or less, like the homies was like, yo, Burger King, that BK, that's his stand for, but it was just the opposite though. You know what I mean? That's why I said they gang banging was just, it was weird because it don't be blood on Crip banging out there. It be GD on folk. They be going at it. But folk is a spinoff, in our situation. You know what I'm saying? Sequoia, salute. Yeah, you already know, Rose Gold. You know I ain't capping. I ain't capping. I used to be over there a lot. I used to live. I used to stay over there on Eastway and Central, or right off of Eastway. I used to stay over there, man. So that was like my playground because that was the only thing. Like they complex, it was lit. And mind you, people, it's just a complex. It's not even a whole block. It's just a complex where they name just got out there. You know what I mean? Even before my time, a lot of guys that I ran into that was a little older than me that was getting busy. Yeah, facts. Sequoia, salute again. My bad, why they say salute. Yeah, Rose, man. It's fun, man. They started in Cedar Park. I don't know if it know where that's at. Yeah, I never heard of no Cedar Park, nigga. That joint started right in that complex, nigga. Hidden Valley. That's what that area is called, Hidden Valley. What are you talking about? That area they live in is a complex. It's called Hidden Valley. That's where it started. That's why they jacked the name, Hidden Valley Kings. The neighborhood speak for itself. It's Hidden Valley. Word. And they got, and let me add on. The complex is the complex, and then you got some houses that's over there too, in that area. Everybody just jacked it. You know what I mean? Everybody just jacked it. Same like even with the Latin gangs down dirty, it ain't none. It ain't they not like up north gangs. They joint is a spinoff from like L.A., Mexico. You got a lot of you know 13s, the Mexican mob. Like you got them kind of players down there because like even like on the east side, right? That's all that is over there on the east side. East side is Mexico. That's a fact. Anybody knows Charlotte the east side of Charlotte, 80% of it, it's Mexican out. Word up. They ride big boy joints. Yeah, it's Mexican out. That's a fact. It's Mexican out, people. The whole east side. They run that. Word. They run that. I ain't even gonna cap. They run that whole east side. And they don't play. And they know they run it. They know they run it. I got an old school picture, man. I got and a situation happened, but we came cool though. And he turned out to be he turned out a big 13. You know what I mean? He turned out to be a big 13. Then I used to deal with a lot of Southerners, whatever, Southsiders. And these dudes becoming straight. Yeah. Like, they got to deal with these dudes somehow down there. It's a deal. Trust me. It's the way it is democratically. I mean, I would say the way you see they set up, that's in-house. Yeah, that's in-house. You know, some will be like, oh yeah, they just migrated. Nah, I don't think that had nothing to do with migration. Word. Nothing to do with migration at all. Nothing. That's a fact. Nothing to do with migration. Nothing to do with migration at all, people. Word up. That joint be like, they be looking at you like you know what I mean? Like you ain't from I'm telling you that a lot of my issues, it came from that way. You know what I mean? It came from that way. But what made me have a better introduction, you already know. You know what I'm saying? You already know. But yo, we gonna get into my man Pistol Pete, aka Cap Gun Pete, aka Pistol TSP. And we just gonna, we gonna just try to get an understanding on why he's so good at this storytelling thing. You know what I'm saying? Because he's good, man. Word up, he's good, man. He is good. That's a fact. He is good. I might cap him. He's great. But this is a situation that he's gonna talk about that took place with him and French Montana.
French Montana. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I went crazy on French Montana, so Joe didn't like it, because in all fairness, Joe's like, please, Pete, that shit, it's not the right thing to do, which we just actually finally talked about it after like months. I finally talked to Joe about it, and French Montana interviewed me before. Yeah. I used to be on a cocaine, whatever. The cocaine DVDs and all. I used to be in all that shit. So he's my little man from down the block. I live on Cypress. He lives down the block. The Mitchell lives down the block. He's my little man. He interviewed me for that shit. I took him out the block, showed him, this is the people try to kill me and that. People jumped out with masses at. People try to kill me for. I'm just not Pistol Pete and bust my gun anywhere. Sure. I get tried on too. Yeah. So and went to the whole interview and all that. But besides that, he's my little man. He used to be scared for years, running around, scared. Macho Joe gonna smack me. Because I kind of fuck with 50 and all this. He's a paranoid, scared guy for years. So. And I was always his friend, he's my little man, Florida, he's calling me, he got all this tons of fake jewelry and all that. Yo, P, I'm away drunk, could you please take me to the hotel? Yo, let's go get this fucking guy. Just go pick him up, bring him to the hotel, make sure tuck him in. You good? Okay, have a great night, buddy. He said tuck him in. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying for real. And no, I know. And then, now I can't get a hold of you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now I can't speak to you. You know what I'm saying? So, I know it's a lot of politics, and I know a lot of people.
See, now, when you think about it, just off that little skibit, I already figured out where the hate come from. Because you're trying to get in contact with him, right? And at the end of the day, you can't get in contact with him. So now he want to be all this. You got to chuck him in. He needed your help. He did this, and he, like, come on, man. You got to stop that, man.
You know, and we're going to probably save it. So when it gets better, you know, the dog in the yard, or anything else that. But, you know, the truth is, you know, a lot of people in that camp don't really like me. Yeah. So you know how that goes. It comes with the change. You know what I'm saying? It comes with the change. You know, so like I got a little bit. I guess it's just. Did y'all? I don't know. That was just like on Instagram, like, you know, they go suck my dick. You know, Fresh Montana's a fucking punk, and the whole Bad Boys are gay, and I went nuts. You know what I'm saying? So things. So I probably should have never, you know, went out like that. I should have just kept it at French rather than, you know. Sure. When you say, you know, everybody else, the whole bag. You know, we talking about people that might be cool with me, rock. You know, it was something that was just. I'm just disappointed that somebody that used to scream at me for help all the time. You know what I'm saying? And now I can't. He did a song in a video with me for one of my artists a few years back when he popped off, and he's been gone since. So I'm just trying to reach out to him. That's all. I mean, maybe we was able to talk to each other before. I don't see why we can't talk no more. Sure. So that was just it.
So as you see, the whole riff with Cap Gun Pete and French Montana was due to the fact that French Montana wasn't reaching back out to him. Now, mind you, people, this video was, wow. This video was 5 years ago. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm be hoping, you know, their relationship got better. You know, I hope French Montana reaches back out to this guy. Please, French, reach back out to this guy, man. Please.
That's just it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't appreciate that shit because I like to get a hold of motherfuckers. If I call you, trust me, it's about something. If I, you know, it's not just to say, hey, how are you? Where you at? Where you at performing and where? Oh shit, I'm gonna be there right in the front waiting for you. Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
So, you know, I don't know, man. This guy, again, let me into this. Let me see if I could smell a reason. And then I heard that. I'm like, wow, you really mad because he didn't reach back out to you. That's what I got back off it. I got back off it because he didn't reach back out to him. I didn't get nothing else out of it. You felt like you held him down. And by any means, nobody's saying that you're wrong. But the point that I'm making, people, and that's why I chose that video right there, is because a video like that could have been just like, you know, you might have done that to French Montana, right? But when you look at videos prior, more up to date, and you revamping stories you might have told, you know, like this one 5 years ago, people may question it. Yeah, they might, this nigga capping, man. You know what I mean? He's still capping. You did all this French Montana. Like I said, I don't even know, or I never heard French Montana being from Mitchell's. Facts. I went to PS 92. Half of that school is Mitchell Projects. Mitchell and Patterson. A slither of Millbrook. Nah, my bag, not Millbrook, Mount Haven. Should you even have some down? Merrill, you even asked them then about Melrose. Because the same principal that was at 151, that's the school that I was supposed to have. I was supposed to have went to because I lived on Jackson, so I was supposed to have went to 151. But Mr. Crawford, he was the same principal for 151 that he was in IS 183. Where had the same principal. Yeah, he was the principal of two schools. Where he was the principal of two schools. Word up. I grew up in 3080. Andrew Jackson Project, 3080. That's where old boy from that Hassan be screaming about. He lived on the first floor, I lived on the sixth floor. Word up, Andrew Jackson Projects, 3080. This is history, people. You know what I'm saying? This is all the way on, I don't even know what to call that side. I guess that's the south side. I don't know. I think that's South Bronx. Over there, Patterson Projects, Melrose, and all that. I mean, yeah, my family grew up over there. My family, Melrose Projects, Colin Avenue. Like, I don't know. I've been told y'all a little history, but all I could do is say Drunken Hines. That's my first buzz. That's my first buzzer, man. It's a fact. But, you know, people say I got stories forever. I just don't need to tell them. I don't need to tell them. But yeah, man, I was supposed to win the 151. Word up. That's where everybody, like, from my projects, from Melrose, Concourse Village, Vietnam, that's across the street. That's just like Alfred E. Smith. You know what I mean? I supposed to went to Alfred E. Smith, but I went back over there with my moms, and I think they sent me to Taft, where I didn't even pick. My dad just went to Taft, like, nigga, this where you going. Then they had my twin, he went to, yo, that was stupid. They sent him to Rose and sent me to Taft. But yeah, that's how that went. Word up. They sent me to Taft and sent him to Rose. And that's how that went down. Where I was bugged out about that. I was tight. And then that's when, boom, you know the role mob affiliation started. That's where that began. Role mob affiliation. Uh, so everybody from McCombs, that's where they went. They went to Taft. And that's where, that's like, I ain't gonna say that's where I got my name. You dig? But yeah, that's where things, got, you know, it got real because Taft was real, man. Taft was real, people. Taft wasn't no joint where, you know what I'm saying? When you go that joint thinking it's sweet. Taft is not sweet. Hey, damn. Yeah, it definitely ain't sweet at all, man. Word up. AP salute. Yeah, that's a fact. Damn, the fuck. Scott Swizzy salute, my guys. Yeah, though, man. People that like in that area. See, I'm in that area because this is where, this is the Cap Gun Pete. This is his area. You know what I mean? I grew up around that area, man. Word up. That's a fact. I grew up over there. Like I said, I went to 149 Clark and I went to IS 183. Facts. 149 Clark had it was like a high school and junior high type. Yeah, Clark was like a junior high in a high school. That's how Clark was. So I went to Clark, and then hold on, I'm trying to think. Then I went to 180 IS 183. Yeah, I went to Clark, and then I went to IS 183, I think. Or vice versa. But I know I was in IS 183 longer though. I was in that school for like because I graduated. Yeah, I graduated from that school. Yeah, I graduated from that school. That's a whole fact. Graduated from IS 183. Damn, yo, that's wild, right? The only graduation I've been in, and it's sad, is me leaving my PS 26. That was the only graduation I went to. Facts. That was the only graduation I went to. Yeah, PS 26. Word to mother. It's the only one I went to. Then from there, I had one on to the other side, and that's when I went to PS 92, and then from PS 92, I went to IS. Yeah, I went to IS 183. Yeah, that's how that went. Word. That's how that went. Because from IS 183, I went to TAF. Word, man. So that's the kid journey, man. Mad Nice and Ball. In PS 92. Um, I got picked up by a program called what's that? She was called I had a Dream Foundation program. So I had a free ride. You know, same thing. I tell you, like same thing with Sham God Wells. I was supposed to go to Providence. That was a free ride. We was in the same program. We was in mid. They called it mids too. So we was in a special ed class for bad behavior. That was not me mids too. So we had like two teachers. It was only like 12 of us, and we used to just bug out. So I got mainstream. The Sham got mainstream, and I went to TAF, and Sham went to damn. Where Sham went? Did Sham go to Rice? I don't know. I think Sham went to Rice. Because I wanted to go to Cardinal Hayes. You know what I'm saying? That's where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to Cardinal Hayes, but it's like when Cardinal Hayes deaded me because my guy went to Cardinal Hayes, Jamal Mashburn went to Cardinal Hayes. So it was like, yo, listen, that's where, you know, to me, seeing Jamal make it and go and come from that and come from Cardinal Hayes, I'm like, yo, that's where I wanna. So none of that happened, man. I wound up going to TAF. And that's where it all began. The robbery game was bonkers. See, that's what I'm saying. Like I got a story about. Oh, I can get up here and yap about my story all day. Like I got a story. Yo, tune into General Street TV. I see my guys in my day one. Tashin Krager. Go to his joint. He got the Chronicle. That's our lifestyle. He told my man got life in jail right now, and he got 12 books underneath his belt. He write books and all that. You know what I mean? And he definitely. Yeah, that's a fact, DC. That's where you know they said I was gonna go. You know what I mean? But you know, back then I'm like school. They're already on my top like a dirty do rag. They say, yo, I'll get you in. I get you in the Cardinal Ways. And when I joined in fall through, I did everything I needed to do. You know what I mean? I got mainstream. I did all that. You dig? I like literally, yo, I did all that, man. Word, I got mainstream and all that. Your man Sham, I think Sham with the Rice, man. Sham with the Rice, I think. And then I was just like, yo, word, y'all not jacking me? Y'all made me do all this and y'all not jacking me. And that was just a turnaround. And then after TAF, I got kicked out of TAF. Mind y'all, I got kicked out of TAF, called a robbery charge at TAF, got kicked out. Because in TAF, like I was saying, like, then I'm gonna shut my mouth about me. So in TAF, they had like the way the staircase is wild. You know, it was like a up and down in the same staircase. Just had like some plexigo glass or something like that divided. So you punch a hole in the glass. So you kind of you kind of rob anything going down the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? If you going one way, they coming down another way, and mind you, you behind another glass. So sometimes they don't even know who yakking them. Meaning they don't know who taking their ish, maybe snatch a chain. However, you catch somebody in that tab hallway, you're not supposed to be there, you getting got. That's just a fact. Anybody could pull up. If they want to contest to that, they can pull up and contest to that. You get caught up in that tab hallway the wrong way, you're getting jacked. Trust me. You know what I mean? So that's how I went down. I went down, nigga told on me, I went down, boom. I ain't do no time on that, but I got expelled from what that was my last public school that I was able to go to. Then I went to August Martin. That was like y'all would call it an alternative school now, but that was a school where they called it damn what they called it, man. They didn't call it alternative high school then. But I forgot what they called it. Not a 600 school either, but I forgot what they called it though. You know, but pretty much I went to school 1 week and I worked 1 week. You know what I mean? And I liked it that. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I liked it that. You know what I mean? My whole block was in there pretty much. We had an issue with dude from 7 Boulevard back then too. So my whole block was in there. You know, I was into the wild ish. So, you know, it was just up. You know what I mean? I never, like a lot of my guys, me being who I am, right? I'm the one that didn't, that, you know, a vocation. That's what they called it, vocational program. You know what I mean? So that's why I had signed up for, you know what I mean, vocational program. So I ain't even make it to start going to work, man. But all my guys, they made it, graduated, and all that, man. I'm the one who didn't make it, man. Word. Nah, he didn't name himself God, DC. His father's a 5%er. Now he ain't changed his name. He ain't changed his name. His name was always Shamgar Wells. All he did was just put the God in the front. You know what I mean? It's God Shamgar now. You know what I mean? Not because point guard and all that. Nah, just because his father is a 5%er. You know what I mean? Shamgar is a 5%. That's a 5% name. So he changed his name to that. You know what I mean? So he picked God. Like my joint, right? See my joint, I could change my name and put my attribute on my birth. You know what I'm saying? Loquan Asiatic. That's my, you put the Govey, but I put the Asiatic, put Asiatic Loquan, you know what I mean? However I want to do it. But that's my damn, I just say that's my righteous name, Asiatic. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up, my uncles and all that, they 5%ers, so I grew up under them. You know what I'm saying? So Asiatic. I could throw that on my birth and it'd be Asiatic. You know what I'm saying? Before anything. You dig? So, then you got a lot of, just a 5% of name. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a fact. Yo, let me tell you something. I started before Sham. He'll tell you that. I started before Sham. I was just starting point guard. Facts. His little, we had a dope relation. His little brother rock with mines, and me and him was, me and him was dope. That was my Gaza. Yeah, Sham was my Gaza, man. Word up, man. That was my guy, man. I told you. I told y'all, ask about Mr. Newman, yo. Ask about Mr. Newman. He'll tell y'all. It's a Jamaican teacher. That was, a matter of fact, damn, was that his 5th grade or 4th grade? Yeah, I think Mr. Newman was in the 4th grade. He was the 4th grade teacher, but I think he was like either our math or our science teacher. But ask him about Mr. Newman, yo. MYOB. You might have to just say that. MYOB. And the nigga Pay was the only teacher I had in my life, man, that'll pop you with a ruler, yo. And don't care nothing about who you gonna call. Word pop. Bang. MYOB. Mind your own business. Like, he was like a Joe Clark of PS92, man. I'm just being honest, my man Mikey B voice. Yo, he was like a Joe Clark in that school, yo. Word up. Mr. Newman was wild, man. Mr. Newman was wild pecans. That's the whole fact. I think it was like a Joe Clark of PS92. Anybody from the Harlem area that lived in Drew Hamilton, from like 143, 143rd between 7th and 8th down to like 138th, 137th, 130, you know what I'm saying? 6th and 5th and all that, because that's where we really hung out at. We hung out like, if it wasn't 140, we was down at 135th. You know, we'd probably be in a bathhouse. We'd probably be in the joint across the street from Woolworth. That's like 140th and well, I want to say, what's that, Esplanade Projects? I think that's like Esplanade Projects, I think I want to say. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? We used to mostly be like in the bathhouse, you know what I mean? Go get our ball on, go swim afterwards. But I used to be down around that way. I think it was like a Woolworth over there. And we used to hang out over there, you know what I'm saying? Besides 143rd, 144th Street Park, right there. But like where they had the first Ruckers, right there. We used to be over there. But yeah, man. Already salute my guys at West Papino. Bucks with this shit. Get that between the leg dribble. I don't know, man. You know, I think he discovered that, you know, somewhere on his journey. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely wasn't, you know, when we was going to school and doing all that, he definitely was. I think I was like the more flamboyant, you know what I mean? Because, you know, my way of life was just like pretty much different. And then I started hooking up with dudes like my man Marquise. I don't know if anybody, you know Marquise, but people really need to know who Marquise is, man, because, you know, I don't know where he at in his journey now. You know, I know the last time that, you know, me and him was in contact, he the one who inspired me to play football and basketball at the same time. He introduced me to Young Life. He introduced me, you know, to LaGuardia. He introduced me to so much sports. Like, that was somebody I followed growing up in sports, because that's where he was on sports, you know what I mean? Sports. And, you know, something happened, you know, during his lifespan, boom, he turned around, and I don't know what happened after that, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, my man Marquise, you know, older brother Scooter, or Yoda, Yoda. Yoda's his older brother. Yeah, see, but he did that maybe somewhere else. Sham went to IS 175 on 134th Street. Nah. We went to PS 92 on 138th. Mary McLeod Bethune School. That's the school Shan went to. That's the school we was in. PS 92, Mary McLeod Bethune School. That joint was on I want to say that was on 138th, between 138th or 137th, or 137th, between 137 and 136. The funeral home was right around the corner. Right around the corner. The funeral home was right around the corner. That's a fact. Even my guy, my man Alvin, his real name was Alvin. I don't know what they call him right now. But we used to rock. We was like, you know, we were kind of like arch enemies, because, you know, he was nice, I was nice. You know what I'm saying? He the first person that I seen rock Brooks. My man Alvin, I never forget that, yo. He was the first one I really seen like rock Brooks, not like no one pair, then that was it. Nah, he threw them joints on. He had all flavors. Word up, my man Alvin, man. I forgot. I don't even know what street he was from, man. That's a fact. I don't even know. I forgot what street my man Al was from. But my man Alvin, word, my man Tariq. Or my man Tariq lived in and what's the joints that's right there? Is that Esplanade Gardens? I think my man Tariq lived in Esplanade Gardens, man. Nigga had the braces in his mouth, slim, light skinned nigga, man. I'll never forget that. Hey yo, listen. Let me tell you something. Google his name. Hey yo, City Bama. Google his name. I lie to you not, my Gaza. That what you talking about? That's a junior high school. I'm talking public school. Me and Sham grew up in. That's why I said we grew up together. We was in public school together at least 3 years. Me and Shamgar. Look it up. PS 92. He'll tell you. Our 4th grade teacher was Mr. Newman. I'm telling you now, was Mr. Newman, Jamaican dude. His favorite line was "Mind your own business." MYOB. And he pop you with the ruler. Facts. PS 92, man, on 138th. And I want to say between 7th and 8th. Facts. IS 174, I was supposed to went to that school. That's a junior high school. But I wind up going to the one over there in Patterson. IS 1. I went to IS 183. You know what I mean? So that's where we split up at. I went to IS 183. He went to IS 74, which they got 2 schools in one on that joint. They got IS, I'm bugging. That's down the block. IS 10. Damn, what was the other shit? 2 something. But that was the school right there by Harlem Projects. Yeah, that's a fact. That's the public school we went to. PS 92. Mary McLeod Bethune. Look that up. That you look at his autobiography, or not his autobiography part itself, but where they got his bio. You look at his bio, it's gonna tell you public school PS 92. Mary McLeod Bethune. I went to that school. Like we was in the same class. Me and that guy, probably for like 3 years. And we was in special ed. We was in Ms. 2 special ed for being bad. Me and Shamgar Wells. Now look at them. Yeah, we was in special ed. We got mainstream, right? We got main because I went to TAF in regular classes. Then we went back to 34 in the class. Facts. I didn't go to graduation. He did. Ron BX, what's the word, my guy? Ain't nothing, man. Just kicking it ish. For St. Raymond's, Eric Harris. Nah, I don't remember no Eric Harris, man. St. Raymond's. I think Reed played with St. Raymond's, man. Kareem Reed. He played with St. That's like my family too. You know what I mean? He grew up with us. Like they run around saying they my family. They grew up with us. Facts. It's a big basketball family, man. That's why I say Lamar Odom, Ron Artest. I ball with these guys. We used to run up and down LaGuardia Airport, Small Fry. We played in these tournaments, man. You know what I'm saying? They was even citywide. They represent Queens. I represent we used to have fun. Felipe Lopez. We used to have fun, man. That was just coming up. That was me coming up. Like that was the best. Like my first years of me moving around by myself, that was the revamp of early. When I grew up in the Bronx, I was bugging. We was riding down. If you go to my block on 176, it's a train station. The 4 train is right there. 176 in Davidson. You know what I'm saying? And it was some steps. It's like some slopes. It was a slope. Boom, boom. It was a slope. You can see the train. The platform is right there. Everything right there, especially if you stand on top of these steps. We should slide down them steps, man. That was like my fun. So me moving to Harlem, it was something like a little upgrade. It was a woosah. You know what I mean? And still to this day, I say, if I would have stayed in Harlem, I would have went somewhere. Because that was the path I was on in Harlem. I played for the Trojans. I used to play football. I'm mad nice in football too. Boom. Then I grew love for basketball. Mad nice in basketball. So I grew up with all the guys that's got big names, whether they here or they deceased, got big names. I grew up with these guys. Facts. You know what I mean? I was just finding myself. They just finding themselves. So it was just like, we used to have fun. Then that was when I first started my hustle as well in Harlem. I used to pack bags right there on 145th, on the corner, 145th. I want to say 7th and 8th, right there in our Pioneers. I started hustling right there, packing bags right there. If anybody who know, they know. Right there, Pioneer, 145th, 7th and 8th. Facts. Word. Right there. Getting money. Getting in the money on. Then they had a penny candy store. Was it Jimmy's? It was a penny store right on the corner. Then a store across the street, a dude Mouse used to run. Yeah, man, it's a fact. Yeah, I rocked out with Felipe. Me and Felipe, we balled it. Yeah, and Gachos. I was about to say that. I banged out with Felipe Lopez mad times on me and Gachos gym. Yeah, that's a fact. That's where I met Felipe Lopez at and Gachos, man. We won a state tournament, right? We went to Florida. I played with the dude Bud. On the Cosby Show. Who else was there? Damn, I forgot my man's name. He deceased. He was there. We went to Florida. We played like, he was like, and my time with him, he didn't speak no English. Nigga got a cut on his finger. The fans was coming down. Yo, he was like the Dominican Michael Jordan. A lot of y'all not, man. St. Raymond's, yeah, that's a fact. See, that's the good thing about that, yo. Jamal Thomas, nah, I played. Yo, you know who's my coach? Dave was I played with two coaches. I played with the twins. That was my younger. And then as I escalated, I went to Dave. You know what I'm saying? So it was like me, like the dude Alvin used to rock with us. And then I played with Gachos. And then I took I think I took a year and a half off. I had went to Riverside because like I told you, Kareem Reed, he bounced and went to Riverside. So I had went and did that. And then my man Marquise, because of Marquise, I had went and rocked out with Young Life. And that's why I ended it at with Young. I played with Young Life for some years. And you know, and that was that right there. Where my man Thurn, Coach Thurn. That's how Cam rocked out with us for a minute. Word up. Cam rocked out with us for a minute on Young Life. Anybody, you know what I mean? Anybody, you know, in contact with Cam, he'll tell you I rocked us. Word up, Coach Stern. I did Young Life for like 5 years. Yup, I did Young Life for like 5 years, man. Hell yeah, I did Young Life for like 5 years. Young Life was, like I told you, when I bumped into Marquise, that's where we was on. Young Life, we used to play football. From football, we used to go straight to the games. I witnessed that nigga get in a game. We down like 20-something halftime. He come back. He comes, suit up, boom. We play the second half, yo. Nigga got buckets. Yeah, that's where, that's where I was. That's my stomach grounds right there. DB, City Bama, Young Life. Word up. Young Life, that was my joint. Word up. Young Life was it for me. Durham taught me a lot. Word, I'm surprised they don't talk about Durham as much. But Durham taught me a lot, man. Word. Coach Durham, he taught me a lot, man. Anybody who the Harlem area and y'all, yeah, man. They don't, you know, and I don't salute, you know, hope he's still living. You know what I mean? Salute to Stern, Coach Stern, man. Coach Stern taught me a lot. That nigga, in my basketball career, I was very big-headed because a lot of organizations like Minute Sink Center, like they made me, I was nice. Like I was playing ball with like a group older than me. So like when I went to Gachos, I played with the twins for like a second. And then when Dave seen me, only thing Dave ain't like about me, I dribble too much. And Dave used to have me in a gym with the lights out, my God. A ball with no air in it, no Roski. That's a fact. Dave, I like Dave because Dave Dave made me feel like I was nobody because I was nice. He spent more time barking on me because I was nice. There's times where he took me out the game, we was down. And he's like, I'd rather take an L than you make us lose. Word. Well, I salute the Dave. I always say that, man. Dave, Mr. Leroy was good, but I didn't spend that much time with Mr. Leroy and Young Light and in Riverside Church. You know what I mean? I think the only reason with Mr. Leroy, I don't know about Mr. Leroy because back in the days, he's just buy nigga shit. Though Mr. Leroy was buying like, damn, what was popping back then? I think he was hitting them with. I don't know if people remember the Riverside. They had they had the LA Laker color. Young Life did too, but Riverside Church they was like the top notch. They came with gear, all that. Word, Young Life, Mr. Leroy. See, Ring grew up with them. Ring grew up rocking with them. I mean, Young Life, young Ring, got some time with Young Life, but Riverside, that was Reem home. Yeah, that was Reem home right there, Riverside Church. That was Reem home right there. You couldn't tell that nigga nothing about Riverside Church. Right, the mother. Even when a lot of us were still playing with Young Life, he went over there to Riverside Church. That's when he got his drip on. Reem would know the best kept secret. He'll tell y'all. That's when he got his drip on, yo. Mr. Leroy started looking out. Word. Nah, they was yellow and purple. DC. Riverside was yellow and purple. Riverside had the LA Laker color. I remember to this day, man. My last joint Mr. Leroy gave me, they had the Young Life, the bags. We had the bags, the LA Laker color bag it was a corduroy jackets. We had the corduroy jackets, you know what I'm saying, with Riverside Church. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, they ran their organization. Yeah, that's a fact. DC purple, one yellow, man. Word. Nah, it wasn't yellow and black, purple and yellow. Excuse me. That was a dope organization, man. Young Life. That's what I'm saying. If I would have stayed like Harlem bound, I would have been good. You know what I mean? I'd have been good. Man, we didn't got 2 hours in. I'd have been good though. But yeah, people, man. That was it. I just wanted to tap in, go vertical, get back in the algorithm on the vertical tip. You know what I mean? My next couple of drinks is gonna be vertical. Y'all already know, man. Get at me in my inbox. You know what I mean? Let me know what y'all want. What y'all want to chop it up, want to talk about. I mean, today was a dope show for me. I like today's show. Today was smooth. It was dope. Besides, the Cap Gun Pete, you know what I mean? Besides that, it was just nobueno.com. But hey, you know how that go. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bear with me through the thunderstorm and rain, lightning, and all that other kind of weird ish. You know what I'm saying? So salute to that. But y'all ready, man. I appreciate y'all for, popping out, rocking out with your boy 050 Bucks, aka Mr. Shoot Right Back. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. You dig?